Hello and welcome to eBridge Academy. This video is designed to show you step-by-step how to navigate an eBridge class. Let's get started. Once you're on our homepage, click on Student Login. This will be at the top right-hand corner of the web page. When you're at the login screen, type in the username and password that was given at the intake meeting. Once you are logged in, you will see your homeroom page. Click on the Classes tab at the top left-hand corner of the page. This is where your classes will be listed. Click on the first class you would like to start with. The first thing you'll see when the class loads is the schedule for that class. Please print out the schedules for each of your classes. You can do this by going to the attached file. It will open up a Microsoft Word document so you can print it from here. The schedule is broken down in 10 weeks since there are 10 weeks in the marking period. Start at the week you were told in your intake meeting. Each week will have a list of items to be completed within the week. Completing everything in the week it tells you will ensure that you will have everything completed in the class by the end of the marking period. Each lesson, assignment, etc. has a code that goes along with it. These codes stands for U is for unit, L is for lesson, A is for an assignment, T's are for test, and so on and so forth. If you look to the left-hand side, this is your navigation pane. This pane allows you to access everything within the class. The schedule will obviously take you back to your schedule. The units will take you to each of your units. The My Grades tab will take you to your grades section. And if there's a live lesson in this class, there will be a live classroom tab like this one. Let's start with Unit 1. If you click on Lesson 1, Symbols and Simplifying Expressions, it will take you to a screen that lists the lesson, an assignment, and in this case there's a wiki and a journal, but if you notice on your schedule these two items will not be on there, so this is something you can just skip over. You do not have to complete them. Always start with your lesson. This is where you'll get all your information, all your lesson content and vocabulary words. This lesson assignment is the link you're going to go to in order to submit the assignment, but all the instructions for this assignment are going to be within the lesson. So let's start with the lesson, of course. Click on View Lesson at the top right-hand corner. Lesson 1, Symbols and Simplifying Expressions. It says, do you know what are the steps involved in simplifying an algebraic expression? This first screen will just give you a heads up on what you're going to learn throughout this lesson. Once you've read through it, go to the next page. This will always take you into your vocabulary words. In this case, there are 7 total vocabulary words. The first word is algebraic expression. If you click on the Show button, it'll then give you your definition. By going through the arrow, the right arrow, it'll give you your next one. If you'd like to, you can go to the Show definition, and then it'll give you your definition right away, whichever you prefer. During this time, you can take notes. It's not a requirement. However, if you take the notes, you can use them for your tests and quizzes, so it's definitely suggested. Once you've written down all your vocabulary words and definitions to those vocabulary words, click on the next page. And now it takes you into your actual lesson content. This is the lesson presentation. In this case, there are 3 videos that you'll have to watch. Take your time on these. Write the best notes you can. Like I said, you can use them for your tests and quizzes. So take your time. Rewind if you have to. Pause it if you have to give yourself some extra time in order to write better notes. Once you've done this, go to the next page. This is going to take you to a Collaborate page. This is something that you would have to do if you were doing the wiki. But like I said initially, you do not have to complete the wiki, so we can skip over this section and go to the next page. Now this is going to take you to an internet activity and an interactive activity. This activity, you will go to a separate page and you'll do additional practices and simplifying expressions. Once you're done with that, you can come back here and do the crossword puzzle. This crossword puzzle will be scored, and you want to make sure you do your best on it because it will score you on the correct answers. All you have to do is simply type in here and then type each letter for each answer. Once you're done, you can click the finish button. Scroll down and this will give you some practice. Simplify each expression, press show to check your answer. So do some manual work on a notepad, and then you can check yourself. It's just some practice based on what you learned in the presentation. Then go to the next page. And the first thing you're going to see is the lesson assignment. Now this is something, like I said, you have to do. It's the assignment worksheet. And what's nice, these math classes do have an assignment worksheet built in. It says down on to complete this assignment worksheet, show all work, then submit it by saving, digitally photographing or scanning, and then uploading to your teacher. This assignment is worth 10 points. So you'll click on the assignment worksheet link. This will then open up a Microsoft Word document. So you can do your work in here if you'd like, or you can manually do it by printing this out, showing all your work. The only difference is then you'll have to scanning and then uploading it back onto your computer. Once you're done with that, you can come back here and click on the lesson assignment link. This will then take you to the assignment submission page by clicking on number 2, attach file, browse my computer. Then going to your desktop on the left-hand side here, clicking on the appropriate folder. I will click on this. And then I'll click on my assignment I'd like to attach, click open. This will then sit this here. This is going to be attached. You do have to make sure you hit the submit button in order for us to receive it. If for some reason you added the wrong document, you can simply do not attach. It will take it off so that you then can resubmit it. Make sure you're coming back here to this tab and finishing with your quiz. In this case, there are 5 questions total. Go through all 5. When you're satisfied with your answers, click on next page. The next page will be a reflection. This would be if you would have to do the journal reflection. Like I said, you do not have to do the journal or the wiki, so we're going to skip over this and click on the next page. By clicking on the next page, will then take you to the conclusion page. You have officially submitted your lesson to us. Then you can simply exit out and go back to Unit 1. When you complete something, it's always a good habit to check mark it off of your schedule so you know what you've completed and you know what you need to continue to complete. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, once you're done with the very last lesson, you're always going to see this unit assessment folder. When you click on the unit assessment folder, this is going to show you your test, the unit test, and the unit project. After the very last lesson, you will always have the unit test and the unit project to complete. This project is set up the same way as that assignment. It's just a link you're going to go to in order to submit it to us. All the instructions for the project are going to be within this unit test. So start with the test. Click on View Lesson. It's a unit assessment, so equation, solving, and inequalities. Based on what you learned in all the units, you're going to be tested now. For the unit project, it says click on the project page and read the project directions and review the rubric. Upload all the required files for your project at the unit project assignment link in your course. For the test, click on the test page. Test questions will appear one at a time. Choose the correct answer and click next to move to the next question. Click on the check answers at the end of your test to see your score and save your responses. Make certain to go to the conclude page to finish the lesson so your work is reported to your teacher. By clicking the next page, it will take you to your detailed instructions on the project. The project directions give you the goal, the role, the situation, the performance, the standard. Everything you need to know on what they're expecting you to do for the project. Once you scroll down a little bit further, it'll give you your project rubric so you know how you'll be graded on the project itself. By clicking on the next page, it will take you into your unit test. There are 25 questions, multiple choice. Make sure you go through all 25, and once you're satisfied with your answers, by clicking the next page, it'll officially submit your test to us. Please make sure you send your project through this link in your course. That completes the demonstration for this class. Have a great day.